Hi, this is Kristen. I'm here at the USA CBD EXPO in Las Vegas, and we are here with Carlos from the Renegade Hemp Company. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your involvement with this company.
Yeah, so I started this last year, Renegade Hemp Company. I'm big on branding, and I'm big on price, and I'm big on quality. And so I did a lot of research, traveled to Kentucky, Oregon, Colorado, all the major hemp states, and I wasn't happy with stuff I saw from the big boys, and I'm not going to mention names. I'll be nice. But, they're expensive. They tasted, some of them tasted like crap, to be blunt about it, And so I felt I could create a better product at a better price and look nicer. And I think that's what we did. And so this is our official launch of our brand, Renegade Hemp Company USA. And so I feel that we've been able to accomplish. We have great quality. Our hemp is the best hemp in the country, we feel. It's produced in Colorado. It's manufactured for us in Colorado. We customize different formulas as far as taste, so we feel it's the best tasting. And as far as price, we are more affordable than any other of the big boys. And I'm even willing to say that we'll match anybody too. So if you find a cheaper tincture, I'll match their price. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And I must say, I love how you match your booth. That's amazing.
That was an accident.
Oh man, you shouldn't have said that.
I'm just kidding. No.
All about branding. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, branding. So that's a little bit of my background was politics and marketing and stuff. And so I felt, I love America. I love Americana. And so I wanted to kind of go with subtle stars and stripes theme. And Renegade, that's another company I run called Renegade Public Affairs. And so I kind of stuck to that theme because this whole industry is still it's a renegade industry. We're still, not regulated. We're still kind of illegal. We can't even open a bank account at a major bank yet. So, so I felt the name was very fitting and the colors, like I said, Americana and vintage. And so, yeah, I'm happy of what we've been able to develop in the last year.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the range of products that you carry? Yeah,
so another big thing I wanted to offer is if you go to some of the big boy websites, they're either sold out of some of their stuff or they don't offer a whole lot of choice. So I'm big on choice. So that's why I spent a little more time and money on having basically everything. So I have CBD isolate, I have broad spectrum, I have full spectrum. I have 4 different flavors just to start off with. I can customize any flavor within a week. I can get you, if you craving bubble gum or grape one day, in a week you'll have it. So I'm big on choice. I want people to be able to go to my website and say, wow, I could just stay here forever. There's all kinds of choices. And so that was very important to me, and standing out from some of the other big companies where they only offer full spectrum or broad spectrum or isolate or one or the other, or they're sold out. And so I spent a lot of time and money on offering choice to my consumers, because at the end of the day, it's about the consumers and making them happy, not what I want, it's what they want. And so I like, personally, when I go shopping, I like seeing different choices, and that's what I'm trying to offer to my consumers too.
Wow, okay. And do you have a top selling product or something that you think is a customer favorite so far?
So customer favorite, just based on our soft launch, is full spectrum stuff still. I think, people that are taking CBD are taking it for a reason, whether it's anxiety or pain or anti-inflammation. And so full spectrum is still kind of the fan favorite when it comes to that. Now, we are trying to market to physicians and teachers, nurses, all the stuff that still get drug tested. And so that's why, I've noticed they tend to prefer the THC free stuff. So our broad spectrum and our isolate are completely THC free. So that, it appeals to them. But I think for people that don't really care about getting tested or anything like that, they love the full spectrum.
Okay, and where are you sold right now? On your website, or do you sell at any local shops?
So again, this is our official launch of the company. So
okay.
We don't have any signed contracts, but we're based out of El Paso, Texas, and so we're hitting up all the local shops there. But we're primarily going to be e-commerce. So I'm putting a lot of time and effort on our online digital platform, and with the goal of selling most of our stuff online. So I think, my goal, we spent a lot of time on the branding and the marketing stuff to where I think we're going to be pretty successful online. And then, as you know, right now, you still can't do paid advertising on Facebook and some of these other platforms. So once they allow that, I think we'll be ready to grow significantly and compete with some of these big boys here.
And what are your thoughts about how the industry is going to move, with something like that? Facebook ads, things like that. What do you think about all that right now? And where do you think it'll go?
So look, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those guys, they love money, and so I think they realize they're going to have to eventually go into that space. Not to get too political, but some of them have recently banned political ads, so I think they got to make up for the money elsewhere. And again, they have shareholders that they're responsible to, and I think we're going to see paid advertising in the THC space and the hemp space, coming up pretty soon, I think. So I want to be ready to be able to offer that too and be successful with that. So.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, you said your hemp all comes from Colorado?
So, no, Oregon and Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, we traveled the country. We went to Oregon, California, Nevada here, Kentucky. I even went to Kentucky to meet where it kind of all got started. And that was my original intent, was to, get, source, when you start a business, you kind of have this idea and goal in mind, but then when you actually go and meet with people and find out pricing and all that, it just didn't make financial sense for me to get some of my hemp from some of these sources that I wanted to. But at the end of it all, after meeting with literally hundreds of people and traveling the country, I settled on Oregon and Colorado, where I source my stuff from.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about your manufacturing process?
Yeah, so most of our stuff is out of Oregon and Colorado, and we have a big facility in Colorado that's my supplier, and so again, I can it's big enough to produce whatever an MOQ of 10,000, 20,000, whatever, but it's small enough to where if I call them and say I need great flavor by in a few days, I'll have it within a few days. So, that was very important to me, as a relationship I have with my supplier. I wanted to make sure they're pharmaceutical grade, so when the FDA comes down and starts regulating a little more, that I don't really have to change anything. My branding, my packaging, my supplier, everything is like, if the FDA were to come and crack down on us right now, everything would be fine. We'd be okay. So that was my goal also.
That's really smart.
Yeah. You can't trust the government. You can't trust the government.
And then what's your transparency policy? Do you publish your third-party lab testing, et cetera?
So we take it to another level. So yeah, we do have our COAs, we have our lab testing, on the bottom of our packaging. I'm not sure if because these are display models. We have our lot number, we have, when it was produced, the recommended expiration date, if you will. We have that. And I take it to another level. So being in El Paso, we have access to NMSU in Las Cruces. They're one of the big state universities in New Mexico. And so they offer lab testing as well. Through USDA is based out of that campus. And so we take it a step further, and we partnered with them to where we can get our stuff tested there, apart from, our suppliers already. So just, it's a shady business still. I say a shady business, but I don't trust people. It's my product, it's my brand, it's my reputation. So I want to be able to see firsthand the COAs and all that stuff. So I take it a step further and go to like NMSU and get it tested myself too.
Wow, you're on top of it.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you do.
Again, at the end of the day, FDA is going to come down soon, I think. And, I just don't want to have to redo everything or get shut down because we forgot to do one simple thing. Or, again, with the vaping issue going on, we were going to get into the vaping business. It was going to be a $100,000 investment on our part. And luckily we did it because of what happened. But I don't want stuff like that to happen where the government comes down and cracks down and then our business kind of shuts down, in the process. So we're very careful. We're very cautious on all that stuff.
Hey, better safe than sorry, right?
Exactly.
Always.
Exactly.
And then do you have any personal recommendations for people who might have not tried CBD before and maybe want to try something for the first time? Yeah,
so my very first product was a CBD isolate. It was like it was like 500 milligrams. This is, a few years ago now. It didn't do it for me much, so I know a lot of people like to recommend, start small, start, low dosage. I don't know. I'm a full spectrum guy myself. I have bad anxiety, and I think the full spectrum, the whole entourage effect, I'm sure you've heard of, for me personally, it helps. So I think if you have real bad anxiety, if you have pain, I think me personally, the full spectrum is good. And so I kind of give the opposite recommendation, and I never recommend dosages. I don't want to get in trouble with FDA. So I don't, but I'll just tell you, for me, if you have pain or real bad anxiety, I recommend, I love full spectrum, and I like the higher quantity of CBD. I say start bigger than, start smaller is my, it worked for me because I didn't get any effect of the 500 isolate personally.
Okay.
I didn't get that. So I went straight to the higher milligram and full spectrum. That's what I like.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thanks for your advice. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Your booth looks great. You look great. I wish you the best of luck. And yeah, it's been awesome talking with you.
All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you as well. Take care.
You too.